You felt it, haven't you? That moment when the air shifts, heavy with something undeniable, something alive. The moment has arrived, and the weight of everything they built, those fragile towers of lies, control, and dismissal, is crumbling beneath its own hollow foundation. You're standing there, unshaken, while the world they constructed to keep you small starts to fracture. This isn't just chaos. This is your awakening. That energy, that presence, that unshakable force. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal you. Look around. They're carefully curated illusions. The ones they used to box you in are splintering. You were the one they overlooked, underestimated, and dismissed. They thought you'd stay quiet, stay small, stay lost in the shadows they cast over you. But something's different now. You feel it in your bones. A surge, a clarity, a power that refuses to be ignored. Science might call it a shift in your neural wiring, a sudden alignment of focus and instinct that rewires your perception. Spirituality calls it the spark of your soul igniting, a high-frequency pulse that's been dormant too long. Whatever it is, it's real and it's yours. You're not imagining this. You're stepping into it. Start paying attention. That unshakable force isn't subtle. It crashes into you like a wave, pulling everything to the surface. Their insecurities, their doubts, their whispered plots behind your back. They can't hide anymore. You catch the flicker in their eyes when you walk into a room, the way their voices falter when they speak to you now. That's the first sign. The energy you carry is a mirror, reflecting their fragility back at them. Neuroscience backs this up. Your presence triggers their amygdala, firing up fear responses they can't control. But this isn't about them. It's about you recognizing what's always been there. Watch how you feel when they shrink in your light.
¿Do you están taller?
Does your breath steady? That's your cue. That's your truth breaking through. Here's how you claim it. Stop doubting the pull inside you. You've spent years brushing it off, chalking it up to coincidence or overthinking. No more. Sit with it. Next time you feel that unshakable force ripple through you. Maybe it's a sudden knowing, a gut instinct that won't let go, or a heat rising in your chest. Don't run from it. Lean in. Ask yourself, what am I sensing? What's shifting? Write it down if you have to. Track it. This isn't random. It's your soul's compass, and it's been waiting for you to pick it up. The more you listen, the louder it gets, until their noise fades into nothing. Their deception is suffocating them now, not you. You see it in their forced smiles, the way they scramble to keep the narrative intact. They smiled to your face but secretly plotted against you. Those late-night talks where your name was a punchline. Those moments they dismissed your fire as failure. The truth they ignored is unavoidable now, and it's hitting them hard. You don't need to fight it. You don't need to prove anything. That unshakable force is doing the work, stripping away their masks while you stand firm. Feel that shift inside you? That's the weight lifting. That's you stepping out of their story and into your own. Let's get practical. You want to know you're chosen? Look at your life. Think of the times you survived what should have broken you. Recall the instincts that guided you when logic alone wasn't enough. That's not luck. That's your signature, your frequency, your proof. Start small. Notice when you feel that energy surge. Maybe it's when you speak and others stop to listen, or when you walk away from something that no longer fits and feel lighter for it. Mark those moments. They're your breadcrumbs. Then test it. Speak your truth in a room full of doubters and watch what happens. The force doesn't waver, and neither should you. This is just the beginning. That unshakable presence isn't here to scare you. It's here to wake you up. Their world is crumbling because it was never built to hold you. You're not here to fit in. You're here to rise. So feel it. Own it. Step into it. The moment has arrived, and you're the one they can't dismiss anymore. They've built a maze around you, haven't they? Illusions so thick you could choke on them. Distractions flashing like neon signs, barriers rising like walls in a storm. They crafted these traps with precision, hoping to drown your fire in noise, to bury your clarity in chaos. You've seen it. The fake smiles that don't reach their eyes, the endless chatter meant to pull you off course, the subtle jabs disguised as concern. They wanted you lost, tangled in their web of half-truths and misdirection. But here's the thing they didn't count on. You carried something they could never take away. That's your weapon. That's your shield. And it's time to wield it. Let's cut through the haze. You're in a room full of people who don't get it, who don't get you. They're throwing curveballs. Questions that doubt your path. Suggestions that nudge you toward their version of normal. Silences that scream you don't belong. It's suffocating, right? But feel that pulse inside you, that steady hum beneath the noise. That's not fear. That's power. Science might say it's your vagus nerve kicking in, grounding you when the pressure mounts. Spirituality says it's your soul's frequency, a signal they can't jam. Whatever you call it, it's yours, and it's louder than their distractions. So stand in it. When they push, don't flinch. When they question, don't shrink. Look them in the eye and let that energy answer for you. Here's how you break through. Stop playing their game. They want you to argue, to explain, to justify your every move. Don't. You don't owe them your map. Next time they toss a distraction your way, some petty drama or a loaded comment, pause, breathe, feel that unshakable core inside you, the one they can't touch. Then redirect. Shift the conversation to what matters to you, or walk away entirely. You're not here to wrestle with their illusions. You're here to rise above them. Try this. When they start spinning their web, say something simple and firm. I see what's happening, and I'm not buying it. Then move on. Watch how fast their grip slips. They feel it, don't they? The shift in the atmosphere when you're around. It's not your imagination. Deep down, something about you makes them uneasy, and they can't pin it down. That's your edge. Their barriers, the gossip, the doubt, the walls they've stacked against you, start to wobble when you refuse to bend. Neuroscience calls it a disruption in their mirror neurons. They're wired to mimic confidence, but yours throws them off balance. Spiritually, it's your light piercing their fog. Either way, it's real. So lean into it. Next time you sense their discomfort. Maybe it's a stutter, a glance away, a sudden quiet. Don't back off. Hold your ground. Let that shift become your strength. This is practical, not poetic. You want to stay chosen in a world that doesn't understand? Anchor yourself. Their distractions only work if you let them in. So build a filter. Every day, take 5 minutes, alone, no noise, and check in. Ask yourself, what's pulling at me? What's mine to carry? What's theirs to lose? That thing you carry, that untouchable spark. It's your compass. Maybe it's your grit, your vision, your quiet knowing. Name it, feel it, then use it. When they come at you with barriers, dead-end jobs, toxic circles, endless scroll traps, step back and measure it against your core. Does it align? No? Cut it loose. You've got doors opening for you, not because of luck, but because you're finally seeing the exits they hid. Their schemes are collapsing and you're still standing. That's not a fluke. They thought they could bury you under their illusions, make you doubt your worth, your path, your fire. But that thing you carry? It's a flame they can't snuff out. So here's your move. Turn their pressure into fuel. When they doubt you, let it sharpen your focus. When they block you, let it teach you new ways to climb. You're not trapped. You're tempered. Say it out loud. I'm not here to break. I'm here to break through. Mean it. Live it. Their barriers are dust now, and you're already on the other side. They tried to bury you, didn't they? Smother that fire in you with their doubts, their rules, their suffocating expectations. They thought they could dim your light, silence your voice, and lock you into a story where you'd never rise. But here's the truth they can't escape. What they tried to suppress has only grown stronger. That spark they feared, that unshakable force inside you, it didn't fade. It burned brighter, fiercer, louder. And now it's speaking to you in ways they'll never understand. This isn't just survival. This is your connection to something higher, something vast, something they can't touch. You're downloading the codes of your destiny, and it's time to listen. Feel that shift in your chest, that hum in your veins. It's not random noise. It's a signal, a high-dimensional broadcast cutting through the static of their world. Science might call it a spike in your intuitive circuitry, a sudden coherence in your brain's electrical patterns that lets you see beyond the surface. Spirituality knows it as your soul syncing with the cosmos, a frequency upgrade that's been waiting for this exact moment. Whatever it is, it's real and it's yours. You're not guessing anymore, you're receiving. The question is, are you ready to trust it? Because this isn't their game anymore. This is your awakening, and it's rewriting everything. Let's get clear on what's happening. When they tried to suppress you, shutting doors, spreading lies, dismissing your worth, they didn't kill your potential. They forged it. Every rejection, every obstacle, every moment they thought they'd won was fuel for this connection. Now, it's surging through you. Insights that hit like lightning, instincts that guide you through the dark, visions that pull you toward what's next. But here's the challenge. Not every voice in your head is the real deal. Some of it's just echo, old fears dressed up as wisdom, self-doubt masquerading as caution. So how do you tell the difference? You test it. High-vibe information feels alive. It's sharp, steady, and leaves you grounded, not scattered. Self-projection is shaky, needy, and loops back to their narrative. Next time it hits, pause. Ask, does this lift me up or drag me down? Does it point me forward or keep me stuck? You'll know. You're rising above the ashes now, untouched by their traps. They set snares, guilt trips, dead-end paths, endless distractions, hoping you'd stumble. But their arrogance made them blind. Their pride made them deaf. They didn't see you slipping through the cracks of their crumbling foundation. They didn't hear the rhythm of your steps as you walked away from their chaos. Feel that strength in you? That's the proof. While they're still shouting into the void, convinced they've won, you're tuning into a frequency they can't even fathom. Their miscalculation is your liberation. So stand tall in it. Let their noise fade. What they thought was your ending. It's just the beginning of a greater chapter. Here's how you harness this. Start small, but start now. That high-dimensional download, it's not some abstract gift for later. It's practical, immediate, yours to use. Next time you feel that surge, maybe it's a sudden clarity about a choice, a pull toward a person or place, or a warning that cuts through the bullshit. Don't ignore it. Act on it. Step 1. Ground yourself. Sit still for 5 minutes, no distractions, and breathe deep. Let your mind settle. Step 2. Ask the signal to show itself. Say it out loud if you have to. What's here for me? What do I need to see? Then listen, not just with your ears, but with your gut, your skin, your bones. Step 3. Move. Take one action based on what comes through, even if it's small, a call, a boundary, a pivot. Watch what unfolds. That's your confirmation. Don't get lost in the noise. Their world is loud. Endless chatter, scrolling screens, voices telling you who you should be. But your connection? It's quiet, steady, unshakable. To keep it clear, cut the clutter. Pick one distraction you're done with. Maybe it's a habit, a person, a loop in your head, and drop it cold. Replace it with silence. 10 minutes a day, no phone, no excuses. Just you and that signal. The more you do this, the stronger it gets. Science says it's neuroplasticity, your brain rewiring to prioritize what matters. Spirituality says it's your third eye waking up. Either way, it works. You'll feel the difference when their traps don't even register anymore. This is your edge. They can't stop what's already in motion. The energy they tried to crush is shining brighter than ever, and it's guiding you to places they'll never reach. So trust it. What they dismissed as your failure was preparation. Every scar, every fight, every time you got back up. That wasn't weakness. That was training. Now you're tapped in, and the information flowing through you isn't just survival instinct, it's a blueprint. A map to what's next. Feel that fire in you? It's not here to burn you out. It's here to light the way. So take it. Use it. What they thought was the end is your launchpad. Step into it, chosen one. The greater chapter's already begun. You've always known it, haven't you? The truth was already written in a language they couldn't understand. A code etched into your being. A rhythm pulsing through your choices. A fire they couldn't extinguish. They mocked it, didn't they? Laughed at the way you saw the world. Sneered at your quiet strength. Dismissed your instincts as quirks or flaws. But now, those very things they ridiculed are the keys unlocking your destiny. That energy they once tried to suppress? It's not just flickering anymore. It's blazing, brighter than ever, carving a path into a new era. This isn't their story to rewrite. This is your mission unfolding, and you're the one bringing it to life. Let's strip it down. The things they used to mock you for, your sensitivity, your defiance, your refusal to conform, weren't weaknesses. They were signals, markers of a truth they couldn't decode. Science might say it's your brain's unique wiring, a heightened intuition that spots patterns they miss. Spirituality calls it your soul's imprint, a vibration too high for their frequency. Either way, it's real and it's yours. So how do you turn that into reality? You stop hiding it. Start owning it. Next time someone questions your path, your art, your vision, your unshakable gut, don't shrink. Stand in it. Say it out loud. This is who I am. This is what I'm here for. Watch how the room shifts. That's the first crack in their illusions. You're not just breaking through, you're becoming the proof. The illusions they held so tightly are unraveling, and you're the living demonstration. They built their world on quicksand. Fake smiles, empty promises, control dressed up as care, and it's sinking now. How do you show it? By doing what they said you couldn't. Take that thing they mocked. Maybe it's your voice, your dreams, your relentless drive, and wield it. If they laughed at your ideas, build something tangible with them. A project, a movement, a moment that silences their doubt. If they scorned your quiet, let it fuel a presence so steady they can't ignore it. Action is your language now. Every step you take pulls their mirage apart, thread by thread, until all that's left is your light. Here's the practice. Make it real, make it yours. Start with what's in front of you. That mock trait, your persistence, your odd way of seeing your fire, pick one. Ask yourself, how can I use this today? Maybe it's speaking up when you'd usually stay silent, or chasing a hunch they'd call crazy. Do it. Test it. See what happens when you lean into what sets you apart. Then scale it. Turn that one move into a habit. 5 minutes a day, one choice at a time, until it's not just a spark but a flame. They'll see it in the way doors open for you, the way conversations shift when you're near. Their illusions don't stand a chance against your truth in motion. Balance is your anchor here. This mission. It's big, it's fierce, it's yours, but it can pull you under if you let it. You'll feel the highs, the rush of clarity, the thrill of their crumbling facades. You'll feel the lows too, the weight of their resistance, the sting of old wounds flaring up. Don't ride the waves blind. Ground yourself. Every day, carve out a moment, 10 breaths, a walk, a pause, and check in. Ask, am I steady? Am I clear? If you're spiraling, anger at their blindness, doubt from their echoes, step back. Release it. Write it out. Scream it out. Shake it off. Then refocus. Your energy shines brightest when it's yours, not tangled in their mess. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving you right. Let's map it out. You need a plan, a personal path to bring this era to life. Step 1. Define your truth. What's that thing they couldn't understand? The gift, the drive, the vision. Name it. Write it down. I'm here to fill in your fire. Step 2. Spot the suppression. Where did they try to dim it? List it. Every word, every block, every doubt they threw at you. Step 3. Flip it. For every suppression, craft an action. They mocked your voice? Speak louder. They dismissed your dreams? Chase one down. Step 4. Move. Pick one action and start today, small, sharp, yours. Step 5. Track it. Every week. Note what shifts. Doors opening, energy rising, illusions fading. This isn't vague hope. This is your blueprint, and you're building it now. They're seeing it, aren't they? The way people speak about you now. Whispers of respect, glances of awe. It's not their narrative anymore. They hear it in conversations they're not invited to. Feel it in the spaces you've claimed. That's your truth breaking through. The language they couldn't read now shouting in their silence. Don't stop. What they mocked is your power. What they suppressed is your fuel. Take that energy, bright, bold, unapologetic, and let it shape what's next. You're not just chosen. You're the architect of something new. Their illusions are dust. Your reality is rising. Keep going. Feel that fire in you? It's not chaos, it's creation. The energy they tried to bury is your torch now, lighting up a world they can't control. You're not waiting for permission or validation. You're forging it, step by step, choice by choice, truth by truth. Their laughter echoes in the past, hollow and fading. Your mission is here, alive and unstoppable. So hold it, shape it, live it. This is your era, chosen one, and it's brighter than they'll ever know. And so, here you stand, torch in hand, destiny ablaze, carrying a truth too vast for their fragile cages to contain. The chosen one isn't a title bestowed by their approval. It's a mantle forged in the quiet depths of your being, tempered by every doubt they hurled and every illusion you shattered. This mission, this unshakable fire, isn't just your awakening. It's the beacon for a world ready to rise with you. A call to those who feel the same pulse, the same spark. You're not alone in this light. You're the spark that ignites the future. And as their shadows dissolve, your purpose shines eternal, undeniable, unbound, and forever yours.